Evening, everyone, and welcome to the Metaphysical Hour. I'm Julia Cannon, and this is my co-host, Tracy Mahan.
Today we're going to learn how to count down from 5.
Yes. Yes. It's can be complicated sometimes.
You guys
makes it funny
us when we're coming in from something goofy.
Okay, so what's he saying?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh.
Okay, so we're reading. We have our producer in the background, and there was a little blooper in there, but that's why we come in laughing, and we like coming in laughing because hopefully it gets you guys all going. So
I think he intentionally does that.
Laughing just to get it started on a good foot.
Yes. Yeah.
Should we talk to Tiffany? Get her in.
We should. Tiffany.
Hello.
Oh, hello. You've been so quiet.
Your many fans want to hear from you.
Yes.
Oh, shucks. I don't have any fans.
Oh, you saw differently.
Yeah.
I love everybody knew who you were and Ibiza.
I had people come up and say, I'm so excited I got to meet Tiffany. I'm like, I'm here too. And then I shoved them over and walked away. But anyway, they were excited to see you, Tiffany. And
I was excited to see all of them.
It was fun. It was
nice to put voices with faces, and you are really a person. Oh my goodness.
And you didn't hurt your mom when she called you up in front of everyone. I was so proud of you.
You didn't know what happened afterwards.
Oh. That's true. That's funny.
Behind closed doors.
Did you get a little bit of a it's happening again. Luna.
Yeah, I love the events. This is going to keep us entertained. The out the window escapades.
There must be something going on out there. Anyways, so Luna's keeping watch over me while we're in the show. That's her job.
Yes, I gotta protect you from whatever is out there.
Yep. That's it. I'll tell you what, if I had a fire right now, I'd be in trouble because Buddy, the big German Shepherd, lays across the doorway, and Luna would probably try to get out before me. So, and then I got Latte sitting right behind me. So it would be like he heard his name.
Like, what?
The gang's all here. But it'd be difficult to get out of the room.
Speaking of that, this is something I've wondered about because Rocket lays in doorways, and I've seen other dogs. Wonder what that's about. Any ideas? Why do they lay in doorways? Is it so we can for sure give them attention? It's like I have to pet him. I have to pet his tummy. I have to do something to get access. So it could be.
Oh, it's like the troll in the bridge thing. Yeah. For me, it's because Buddy doesn't want me to shut the door.
Okay.
Because he wants access to the cats. So he'll lay in the doorway because he knows I can't shut it if he's laying in the doorway.
Okay.
So that would be my theory with why my dog does it. But
this isn't a doorway, but it is a walkway, and he takes up the whole thing. It's from where I go from the dining room into the living room. And it's like, that's my main way of walking, and I have to step over him. So
yeah, it's probably an attention thing. Yeah, if she wants out of here, she's got to pay the toll.
Yes, pay the toll. And I make a big thing out of it, so I'm sure it is. They're just curious because I've seen a lot of them do that. They just lay in walkways.
Yeah. And Buddy, let's see if we can get a better shot of him. You're going to see the chair that I have set up for Latte. She doesn't use it. She's still behind me. But Buddy right here, he will, if we're leaving the house or something, he will literally lay in front of the front door. And I always forget that when I come in, it's like, why won't the door open?
Now that could be because he wants to know, he doesn't want to miss when you get home.
Absolutely not. Yeah. So
it's like, I gotta know.
He's got his spot right in front of the door. Plus he's got the undercoat and all that, and it's tile there. And I think it's a bonus. Cool. He gets 2 things. He gets to know when we come home, and it's a cooler floor to lay down on.
Yeah.
So yeah, he doesn't get too hot.
Absolutely.
Anyway, so now that you guys got all of our dog stories, we did just return from Ibiza.
We did. Yeah, let's talk Ibiza.
Yes, that was fun. I just realized I didn't pull up our our little thing, but Tiffany's got it, so I guess.
Oh, yeah. Where's everybody? If I make sure you're putting in there where you're from, so we can see your light popping out, lighting up the
Right.
grid. So
You said that, and I changed screens on the other screen, and my light got different. Shifted to a darker screen. I'm like, show us your
light
light.
her up,
Mine
light
went,
her up. Come
mine
on.
dimmed out. And I'm like, oh,
Tracy
no.
will be in the dark if you don't light up the grid.
You guys, let's light this up. I have to remember how I sign into this, so that'll be fun. I'm gonna let Tiffany do it. It'll be all
You want me
hers.
to read?
See, look, I got
Just
brighter
an
when I did
idea,
that.
just kind of where they're from.
Florida, Arkansas, Austin, Texas, Indiana, Nashville, Colorado, Suffolk, UK, Melbourne, Australia, California, England, Atlanta, Gold Coast, Australia, California, Australia, Michigan, Austin, Texas,
Whoa,
Buffalo,
you're representing today.
New Jersey, Oregon, Alberta, Canada, Michigan, Alberta, Queensland, Australia, Montana, South Carolina, Philippines, Boston, New Zealand, another New Zealand, another Australia, Montreal, Tasmania,
Nice.
Australia.
This is awesome.
Do you see why I get such a high from that?
Now I got to talk to a young lady today that is in the UK, and she said this airs at 2:00 her time. So if you stayed up for that, I'm saying hello to you. So
UK, it airs at 2 a.m. I thought it was 1 a.m. Maybe
Yeah,
2
so
p.m.
people in here said 1 a.m.
1 a.m. Sure. Okay, so still pretty late.
Absolutely, very late. So thank
So
you.
if you stayed up and you're
Absolutely.
watching,
Gosh, yes,
shout
yes.
out. She's an
Mhm.
amazing artist, and I solicited her to do some work for me.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Very
And I'm excited to see what that's going to turn out like. And I'll share it when it gets done. So it'll be fun.
cool. Yay.
Yeah.
So, hey, anybody on the chat here, were you in Ibiza?
Yeah. That'd be fun to know.
Mhm.
So what was your favorite time while we were waiting for that? What was your favoritist event? Because I mean,
Oh my
they were
God.
all amazing.
So many.
They were all amazing.
It
Like,
was all amazing. The face painting was really cool, really fun. And then the dancing was just fun to just do that, just have fun.
yeah.
The hike was great, but then the sky watch, oh my gosh. I mean, and it doesn't matter. It's like which we kept learning more and more and more things as we went along. It may very well have been Skylink that we actually saw, but it was the whole thing about how it just appeared and disappeared and the timing. That was the magical part. And
Yeah.
it was also what I felt from that was, it was like, because we were getting ready to leave, we were all kind of,
Everybody stood up.
yeah. And I remember talking to somebody and I saw something out of the corner of my eye and I was just like,
And
it
then
was
everybody starts howling. What?
yeah. And I was just like, what the heck? It was that kind of a thing. And it was like, it was seeing something that's not normal, not usually there, and that was the feeling what I got was get used to this, get used to seeing things that you're not used to seeing.
Well, and the exciting part is that a lot of people had sessions after that. And I'm not sure if you're hearing about all of those.
No, I haven't heard about those. No.
So, and they've been asking, what was that? And some of them were posting in the Facebook Ibiza page that, like, one of them, because I put up a little cartoon or a little meme of string of spaceships.
I saw that.
It's like Starlink. Because I am of the belief that if that was Starlink, that they sent it to us. There's no way. What are the synchronistic odds of that showing up in that exact location at that exact time? There's just no way.
Exactly. And that's where I keep holding to. It's like, okay, it might be explainable, but
explain that. Yeah. And so many people had asked that question in their sessions, and everybody was getting incredibly similar answers to what was being said, like what Kaya said and what I was saying in my little workshop thing, and all the different people that, we've been talking to. And they were saying, one of them made kind of sense to me. They said, we had to send it to you this way because we didn't alarm the governments or whatever if they were invading our our
Oh,
space.
wow, how
I was like,
perfect.
that makes so much sense. So they
It does
sent
make
us
sense.
something
Mhm.
to say, we're here.
Yeah.
You just can't come into your atmosphere, right? And
Right,
so
yeah.
anyways, so exciting. And there's several stories of that. Like people were posting it on that banner I put. So I got to read a couple of those. I'm like, that's so cool. We're all getting the same kind of message with this, that
Yeah.
they are here.
Mhm.
And
They were
and-
very definitely there. You could feel it, but it was just like we were like, can we have some kind of physical representation? And then boom, you know.
yeah. Yeah. And you know Jason Ballet, he's a level 2 in New Orleans. I was talking to him yesterday, and he's going to the Vegas thing, which we're going to talk about that in a second. He's going to be in Vegas. He's going to go to Skywatch, and he said, do you get a hit on if anything's going to show up for Skywatch in Vegas? And the hit I got, I love the synchronicities of this. So the hit I got was that everyone's going to be looking up, but we're actually going to be all around you on ground level.
Yes.
So
which
pay attention to how you feel. We're in a different,
exactly.
we're in a different dimension, standing right there with you.
And that's what I was getting for Ibiza.
For that.
After the other things, it was like, that's when I tapped into it later, because after I was hearing these other messages, like, well, they were there energetically, and it was like, oh, then what does that look like? And it was, they're right here with
It might have been something you said. So that message got to him before I heard that. And I think it might have been you, that maybe you said it with Kaya this morning or something, but something.
No, I didn't.
Somewhere that was said right after, like this morning I saw it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's exactly what I was saying to Jason. So yeah, so we're all getting the same messages. And that's the part I keep getting so tickled about. It's like, we're all getting the same messages, and we don't know the other person's getting them. And so,
and, you know,
really cool.
And that's a big thing. This is how they have said, you know, people keep wanting a disclosure, and they want, oh, when are the government's going to do it? It's like, that's not how it's going to happen. It happens this way. It's very personal. They come to each and every one of us on this level. It's not about the governments. Let that go. It has nothing to do with the governments and anything on public stance. It's each one of us individually connecting and communicating.
Absolutely. So let's talk a little bit about what we're doing next month. November. If you guys are watching this, I realize it's a recording for some people. I'm going to see if I have it up, or I'll pull it up, and then we can share a banner. Okay. But the Stairway to the Stars in Las Vegas, you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. It's hosted by Disclosure Fest. Talking about disclosure. Anyway, disclosurefest.org. Stairway to the Stars in Las Vegas at the Luxor. Is it a hotel? It's
Luxor. It's the hotel that looks like a pyramid.
Absolutely. Yep. Appropriately. And many really cool speakers, I think, just talking about, you know, all things metaphysical. And there will be ET-ish things, but everything metaphysical. It's not confined to one thing. It's all across the board. Wonderful. It's really going to be fun. This is their first, I saw it's their first annual one, so they're planning on doing this yearly. So this will be fun to see, you know, just watch it.
And on Saturday, I believe you're speaking on Saturday, and then we're doing the QHHT panel Saturday night at 6:30.
Okay.
And you're speaking on Soul Speak, is that correct?
No, I'm speaking on past life regression.
Oh, well then, there it is.
I mean, unless they changed it for me. I mean, that's what I understood.
I'm going to look real quick and see if I can find you. Julia Cannon, Decoding the Language of Your Body at 9 a.m. on Saturday.
Then look,
I love it when I get to be the one to let her know what she's doing. Yeah.
So maybe another one then, because I've been told all along I was going to be talking on past life regression.
Well, Sarah's going to be talking on past life regression and doing a regression. So
and maybe they changed things and didn't.
Yeah, they may have done that, unless they have you speaking again. I didn't look on the other days to see if you're speaking. Okay. But anyways, all of that, we're going to be there. There's going to be a booth for QHHT, so you can find your QHHT tribe. Just go hang out at the booth and see Jenny.
Yeah, I do know now where that is. Out there. Yeah, that will be in the Egypt room, the Egyptian room, something like that. It's where all it's authors, and they'll be in that room signing books and everything and selling books. So that's in one specific location within the vendor area.
Yeah, and the map for that is on the website. So disclosurefest.org. That's going to be November 10th, 11th, and 12th. And yeah, come join the fun. Their ticket sales, you can buy them. If I remember right, you can buy them by the day or a whole package deal. And
Right.
so somewhere in there, hopefully a budget for all. So
Yeah, and they have that Skywatch going on. So that's
Tiffany unmuted. I'm a little curious.
Are you going to be signing books?
who, me?
Yeah.
Yes, I will.
Oh, fantastic. Okay,
Well,
you can may continue.
Yes, I will be there.
So yeah, so that's gonna be a lot of fun. We're really looking forward to that. So all right. Now typically we do questions, take questions. Is there anything you want to say before we start doing that? Yeah, no?
Talking about me or Tiffany?
anyone anybody want to say anything?
I know it's been a while since we've done this, but no.
I was like, is there anything else we need to share? Any news?
We have we could talk about this at the end, but another event is our Qhht retreat coming up in Thailand at the end of January. And
let's be very clear, you don't have to be a practitioner to join, because we had some non-practitioners there and we had a blast with you guys. Thanks for coming. That was so much fun. Yeah.
So much fun. Yeah. And that's what these are. They're open to everybody. Yeah, if you're a practitioner, there are some things designed for you, but it's designed for everybody. So yeah, you will get something no matter what.
Yeah.
And the main thing is we're all together, like-minded people together, having a great time.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell them what the hotel said to you guys.
Oh, in Ibiza?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, this was really cool because this was the end of their season. As a matter of fact, we are their last people that like after we left, they closed. They're closed now. Okay. So we were their last function. And they were so excited to be able to end with us because they said it was just so nice. The way they were treated, they felt special. They just loved how we were all happy all the time and just so joyous. And that was just a wonderful way to end their season.
Yeah.
And that just speaks volumes to our group.
Absolutely. Yeah. You had a bunch of warm, loving, kind people in there that we were interacting with the staff. We were enjoying them. Yeah, they were just part of the family at that point.
Yeah. And so let's do a shout out for them. I mean, we were already doing that, but if you are ever over there in Ibiza, and if you can give the Ibiza Grand Hotel,
yeah,
stay there if you can. It is amazing and they are fantastic. So highly recommend them.
Yeah, we had a wonderful time with them, and I didn't meet anyone that I didn't like there. It was like everybody was so nice, and yeah, so
yeah. And after so many days, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, it's a good place when you're giving hugs to the staff when you're leaving too.
Exactly. And as I say, we were there long enough where they knew our orders. They knew. Okay, here, yeah, you want this.
Yeah, it was great.
So good.
And their breakfast, if you do nothing else, do their breakfast. Yeah, that was amazing. So
yeah, fantastic.
All right. Whew. That was good. Get that out there.
Yeah. So anyway, so yeah, if you guys have any questions, we're happy to. Oh, I guess, if you have a question, you probably know the routine now, but put Tiffany in there so she knows it's a question. And then did you have something? Oh, do we still need to give any directions on where people need to click to be able to actually be in here, or are they doing it on their own, you think?
That's a good
It's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah. Tiffany, does it feel like everybody's getting in there? Because I didn't open it up this time around.
I mean, there's people here. I think they're figuring it out.
Yeah. So I just opened my Facebook page up, and it does look like people are posting. So if you are listening to this and you haven't opened the screen up, like click on the banner and open it up and post in there just to make sure that your questions are getting to Tiffany. That'll help. So yeah, so if you're on Facebook, click the banner, open it up, and then make your comments. That would ensure that they're getting to her. Yay. All right. Do you have any questions for us yet, Tiffany?
Well, there was a question asking what is a sky watch?
Oh,
Perfect.
it's where you watch the sky. You look, we were,
I'm just gonna let her keep going.
yeah, I mean, that's basically what it is. That's why it is what it says. Now, I'm not meaning to be silly, but you're looking, the intention is to see unusual activity, just something that's, hoping for a UFO, hoping for, something that is physical, a ship or something, a craft. So that's what it's all about. It's like, and some sky watches, they'll have the what are those goggles, the infrared goggles?
Oh my gosh, yeah, the telescope, the night vision telescope.
Yeah, night vision goggles. And you can see things. I've not ever done that, but I've heard that you can see a lot. There's a lot going on up there.
I'm gonna see if I can find our video. It does not do it justice, but
it doesn't.
But for those that don't know what Skywatch is, it will at least kind of give you an idea of what we look for. You're looking for movement out in the sky, but it's going to look like the stars are like there's a star that's moving. It's not shooting, but it's moving.
Yeah, it moves.
And they'll go, oh, that's satellites. And some of them are. So you look for them to either flare up.
Right. Or they do a different
direction. Yeah. So I love how many pictures everybody's been posting on here. So it's like, where's our Skywatch?
Yeah, where's the video?
I've scrolled so much and you guys are so good about getting all these pictures on here. I love all the sharing, and that's also fun, you guys. If you do come with us or join us in Thailand, get on the Facebook page that's made for the Thailand group so that we can all share with each other, because this is amazing. It's oh my God, I don't know if I'm going to find it, so I'll interrupt you if we end up finding it, but it's got to be on here somewhere. My computer can't even keep up with how.
Yeah, on this Skywatch, what we did is we ran a circle, and Kaya he does some channeling because he taps into these star systems or different things and channels that. And so we were kind of doing a meditation to get us in the alignment with the energies so that we're open to receive whatever is there. And then that's where okay, we were done. We were thinking, okay, there's some things that we were like, oh, that could be. But then when this happened, it was just like, mind.
There was no doubt there was something special going on in that moment. And I do promise if I find it, I will share it. So I wish there was an easier way to.
Yeah.
Well, let's see, maybe.
I mean, I have it in my text, but it even took me a while to find it. I do have it in
I know I have it in the text too. I don't know if that. I feel like I might be getting close.
Okay.
Did you see me get excited?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I see a picture of it, but I got to see if I can find the video of it because we did post the video.
Yeah, someone got a fantastic video.
There's there are pictures and I can share those, but
But this is the kind of, oh my goodness, could it be? That's the anticipation energy that's at a Skywatch.
Okay, so this does not do it justice, but
No.
It gives you an idea. So we're looking, these are all stars, the little dashes, but this big string of flashing lights. And if you can imagine that went across, oh, I don't even know, a mile of the sky. It was
Yeah, I mean, it just moved all in unison. It just moved across and then it disappeared. And it probably just appeared too, because just that we were all getting ready to go, and then all of a sudden it was just there. So I think it appeared and then it disappeared.
Here's another shot of it where it's showing a little bit brighter.
Mm-hmm.
It was just this huge light. It was just amazing. And yeah, it was quite an experience for sure.
And when you see the video, you can see, because it looks like that light, and then you can see its individual lights, and they're flashing and things. And that's why, I mean, it looked like a craft.
It definitely looked like a craft. Yeah, no doubt. Okay, I'm going to give up on looking for that as a video so that I can actually look at my camera now. But you guys get the idea.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was pretty incredible.
It was something that you don't see. And that's what was really, it's like, oh my gosh. But that's what I kept, like I was saying earlier, it was this, get used to this. you're going to be seeing things. It's getting us used to seeing things that are not normal in the sky. So, and that's where we have to be open and allowing that, and then other things can come in. If we react with fear to everything, can you see how that then will close things off, and we can't see more. If we're in a fearful state, then we're not ready.
Yeah, and the last thing they want to do is create fear, because in order for us to evolve, we got to be out of that energy.
Yeah.
So they don't want to be the cause of that energy by any
And that's a good point. I don't know why I keep forgetting this author's name every time I get to this point, but I apologize deeply for forgetting your name. But one of the things, she had encounters with ETs from a young age, and anyway, she wrote this book on all of her encounters and all of the things all the way up through present. And when she was younger, that was one of the things, they kept changing what they would look like, and they would try different things. They said they were trying to figure out how to not scare us. They realized they're scaring us, and they're like, okay, what can we do to, because they don't want to create fear, like you're saying. And it's like, how can we present ourselves that you won't be, so that you won't be afraid? And so that's where they try different outfits, I guess we could say.
skin suits or whatever it is. Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense too, because we are working at evolving, and if we're in fear, we're not going to be able to do that. So
Right.
Yeah. So they gave us a light show for sure, and it was quite incredible. And I think right before we were leaving or going down the hill, I think Ross was saying something about, what would you do if an alien jumped out of the woods right now? And I was saying, if it was, if that did happen, it would probably be the mantis beings, because I hear them being sighted more than anything. And then I think it was the next night we had the ecstatic dance, and you got to, or there was a mantis being at the dance.
Yeah, mantis. Exactly.
Praying mantis at the dance. Sorry.
Yeah, praying. It could have been a being, and the way it looked at me, it could have been, but it jumped right.
She had a very personal experience with it.
I did. It jumped on me. It jumped right on my heart chakra. I mean, it jumped right there. And so, and before that, because I was just on, because somebody was collecting it in a cup, because it was on the floor, and people were, they're like, and she didn't want it to get hurt, so she was going to collect it and take it outside. And I didn't know what it was. I'm like, so I come over, I'm like, oh my God, a praying mantis. And so I'm talking to it. I'm like, oh my gosh. And he's just looking at me. I mean, we had a connection, and then he jumped over on me. I'm like, oh gosh. And then she scooped it up and took him outside.
Yeah. Well, we didn't want him to get squishy, right? We were all dancing. So
we were dancing.
Yeah. But I just thought that was so cool, because I was like, oh my gosh, see, they're here.
Exactly. It was
they
so
keep
cool.
showing us they're here.
Yeah.
So I love that story, because
you're
like, did you see the praying mantis? I'm like, no. Anyways, so much fun. The best dancer at the ecstatic dance, hands down, was Tiffany.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I do have video evidence of that.
That's a great video. Yeah. You're gonna share that?
I should share that. But
Tiffany's like, no,
I don't want to die. But there were some good moves going on. I think there was some of the.
I think there was like something like.
Oh yeah, there was all this movement, and I'm just like, girl, you should be taking that on the road.
Yeah.
So, that's our Tiffany.
I played the fifth. I was not present.
So, and the famous last words. Yeah. All right. Do we have any other questions?
Let me see.
Anything you want to talk about?
So this person is asking, I'm just wondering, what opinions do you all have about all the wonderful and hopeful information coming from the QHHT sessions?
What opinions?
Yes, opinions.
I mean,
oh.
Is there more to that? Because that's.
What opinions do you have on all the beautiful and hopeful stuff that comes out of the sessions?
Oh, I mean, well, things that come out of sessions are, I mean, it's personal information for the person, and then sometimes it might be broader information that comes out. You know, to just say a blanket, oh, it's all, you know, whatever. We don't know enough about the session to know.
Yeah.
That's how I have to come from it. Is like, I don't know what kind of connection is there. But I am always open and allowing to good information that comes through, because that is always our potential. And that's where the higher self, the SC, operates from, is that higher potential. And so it sees that broader picture. And so if it's giving that kind of information, then I would say it's probably very good, accurate, whatever. It's very potential.
Yeah.
If you get a lot of negative things, then that's where I have to look at it. There's a lot of conscious mind coming in there, because the conscious mind has fear. And so that's where you look at if there's limiting beliefs, is it limiting thoughts that are coming through? See, that's why it's looking at it. You have to look at it with this understanding of when things come through, they're coming through this conscious mind filter. So you have to look at everybody's messages and understand that, okay, what is that? And take that into consideration. Like we were talking about a few weeks ago about channeling. The same thing, information is coming through a conscious mind filter. So if things are happening that seem like, if information coming in, and I know I shifted this off of the positive, but if things are coming in, you discern for yourself, does that sound like a limiting belief? Does that sound like a belief system? You know, anything that can be affecting this information. So this is where you discern for yourself. And this question, I guess, even if it's like that, is there a reason that if it's good information and if it's nice, I mean, is there a reason that you are questioning it? Always. I mean, the whole spectrum of possibilities is our potential. I mean, we can be anywhere on the spectrum, so any of it is really it, like the
Yeah,
timeline, all the different
that's
things.
where I was going to go. I was going to say, even if it's in conflict with someone else's session, the information is contradictory or whatever, it doesn't matter, because it might be right for that person in their timeline. And
Exactly.
And so, you know, even if you have a conflict of information, it's okay. Pick the one you like and go with it. You know, put yourself on that timeline. So
Exactly. You know, and I mean, this is where I can see how, you know, maybe skeptics or something is like, see, you just make it whatever you want. Well, that's called manifestation. Yeah, you make it whatever you want. So it's whatever you focus on is what you create and what you achieve. So how about let's focus and let's be open to what it is you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that simple. Well, it's not real. Yeah, it is. All of it's real in some spectrum. It depends on where you want to focus.
And if you don't want it to be real, you can have that experience too. It's okay.
Exactly.
You know, we're not here to convince you it's real.
No.
It can
No.
be real for me and Julia, and we can dance in that, and you can be like, not real, and you can have that.
And
It's
it can
all
be
good.
just as right for you as it is for us.
It's so easy, you guys. It's so easy. You get to believe the way you want to, and everyone else can the way they want to. And that's why there are, for as many people as there are on this planet, there are that many different realities playing out.
Yes.
And they're all right. They're all correct.
They are all correct. Yes.
There. That was easy. That was an easy, fun question. That's like so simple, you guys.
Well, you know, I made a comment this
yours.
morning.
Yeah.
I made a comment on the show this morning because we were talking. I mean, it was Kaya wanted to get in the mud. He wanted to get into some heavy stuff and everything. And it doesn't matter what we talk about. It always comes around. I always come around to the manifesting and what you're thinking, you're creating, what you're focusing on. And a few weeks ago, I know somebody said something about, I thought we were talking about this, not this, and not manifesting. But it's like, it doesn't matter what we're talking about. It always comes down to manifesting and what you think you create. Just that's the basis of everything.
And, you know, going through these sessions also with QHHT, we know that we bring things in through past lives. You know, we've experienced that. So some of the stuff that you are creating, because you'll be like, I would never create that in my life. Not consciously, you probably wouldn't, but you may have carried something in from another lifetime that you played out, and it's vibrationally part of you. And that's why these sessions are so important, because it might not be something that you know you're doing. But when you go into a session and then you look at this past life or this experience that you're having, could even be an alternate life on another planet. And then you understand, oh, that's why I bring that into my life, because I'm still carrying this frequency of rejection or anger or whatever it might be. And now it played out in this life too. So
like a recurring pattern.
Yeah.
That could be another way of saying that.
Absolutely. Yeah. So sometimes we don't understand why this is, what am I doing to create this? And I know that people get mad when we have these conversations, because they're like, there's no way I'd create that in my life.
Yeah.
And
we don't want to believe that. We want to believe, and this is funny because like we will believe all day long that we create the good stuff, but we never want to believe we create the bad stuff. It's like, why would I do something like that? I only want good. But we came here to learn. And so we create situations that we can learn from. And then what we're doing, this is coming in right now, hot off the press. What we're doing is getting ourselves where we can recognize it sooner and sooner and sooner that we did this, so that we can, and the part is that we want to get to always is, what am I learning from it? So the faster you can go to what am I learning, see, then you're shifting out of that. Now you'll go on to something else. Absolutely. And that's it. It's like a game is to do that faster and faster and faster, get to that point faster. Because sometimes it might be a whole life to get to the point of, it was just a lesson. I wanted to learn something. And now how many lives are we living in this one life? And it's
amazing. That was, I talked about my journey to being here, to doing this kind of work. And one of the things that happened that got me started in hypnosis was that I was doing a dream journal, and I had a series of, I think it was 3 dreams. And I was going over it with some friends, and one of them said, I think this is a past life. And I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, and she told me what she was getting from that dream. And this thing that could have went through my entire life, this anxiety and this, I was obsessing about some things that were going on at the time, and it just went away, and I had a full understanding of it. Not only that, but I had compassion about it. And it was like, well, of course I would agree to do this. Okay. And it all just was better. And I'm like, how do we do this for people? Because I see people going through this all the time.
Yeah.
And that's what led me here, is, I had that experience, and I just thought, man, I could have lived years, if not an entire lifetime.
Or in lifetimes.
This craziness with me. Yeah. So, it's amazing what can happen in just a few minutes.
Yeah. And
we do hear this, and I just want to share it because it was told to me again the other day, and I just love this work. It's this work that does this. But I heard again, I've been to a counselor for years. I've gone to a counselor, and you did more in this time frame we had together than the years of counseling. And it's like, yes, the facilitator is important, but it is this work, and it is their willingness to be in the flow of the work. So you get a session, be willing to be in that session.
Yes.
And, come in with an open mind, let go of expectations, and just be in what the session's bringing you. It's an incredible thing when you get to hear something like that. It's like, my heart went out for them for all the time it took to get to that point. But, they had that experience.
Well, that's what they'll say so many times, at the time of it doesn't matter. Like, oh my gosh, my whole life was wasted. No, you got there. That was, it was not wasted. You accomplished it. And that's what your life was about, was to get to that point, to get to the understanding. So however long it took does not matter.
And it could have been lifetimes of going through that, because, there was a lot of trauma there, and it could have been lifetimes. So, it's just incredible to do this work and to work with people on that level. And thank you to the people that come in and work on that level as well.
Yes.
It takes you being willing to do that, to make it work.
Absolutely willing. You're open, you're willing, and you allow. It's like there's just these pieces, just allow, and then trust. This is coming through you. There's several places that the conscious mind can shut it down. And that's what those points are, just be open, be willing, allow, and trust.
Absolutely. All right. Did we get that one covered? Do we?
I think so. I think
Yeah,
yeah,
that was good. These are good questions.
they
Yeah.
are. Mhm.
They're really good. These answers need to be out there. All
Mhm.
right, Tiffany. Ding ding dong.
You know.
Or should we be like,
Oh yeah. Come hither.
Uh, how do you know that a decision such as movement, house, country is right decision for your highest good? Or maybe if it's your free will.
does it matter?
Yeah, does it matter?
We're asking, how do you know it's in the highest best good for a move you're making? Like a physical location.
Okay, so they're thinking about making a move. They want to make a move, and they're wondering if it's the right move.
Does it make you happy?
Yeah, that you look at your heart. What is your heart? How does it feel? Get out of the head. The heart knows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel that tug of war when I think about the question, I'm feeling the tug of war. If you're feeling pulled, at least go explore it a little bit. If you don't want to make a commitment with it yet, go visit the area first if you haven't been there yet. But yeah, what I'm hearing is if you don't like it, move back,
And what I'm getting is you'll get some kind of a sign when there'll be something there that will convince you one way or the other. You'll know.
Yeah, but it's there for a reason, so it's worth exploring. That thought is there, that feeling is there for a reason. So I know that there was a point where I was thinking about moving and everything seemed to be falling into place with that, and then all of a sudden the brakes were hit before any major expenses occurred or anything like that happened. The brakes got pumped and all that was stopped.
Yeah.
So I believe that if you're in alignment with the move, it's going to happen, and if something shifts with that, then it won't.
Yeah, I had a similar situation and found out that the pull to move to that location was from a past life. And it was just, yeah. And then once I saw something that I recognized it as that, then it was like that was no longer there. It was just, that was the desire, it was coming from another life. So that ascension, I mean, if this is something you're really debating or anything, I mean, what we're telling you, that will do it hands down. I mean, but you got to be open, willing, and trusting, or have a session, and let your higher self tell you what's in your highest good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The fun part about, because I've had people ask those kind of questions, and a lot of times the answer, more than once, the answer has been that you're being moved to, like, you've completed this phase of your life, like you're at a completion with a cycle, and so it's a clean break from that energy to move somewhere else. And I've had that happen. I'm telling it to you, and all of a sudden I'm like, that's what happened when I'm okay. So, but yeah, you're finished that cycle, so you leave that energy there and you move and get a fresh start, and a new cycle will start to begin. A lot of people are doing that. There's vortexes and energy grids that are also at play in this, and if you're bringing in light frequencies, one of the volunteers doing some of the work, maybe they're moving you to move around the harmonics of that energy. So there's a session would be really good to find out why you're moving. Yeah,
what this is about. Oh, I'm getting.
Oh, there it goes. This is the look. That's the look when something's coming in.
Everything starts itching.
What is it?
No.
Oh.
Now it's gone. It was just getting out the itching, but it was like.
Yeah, full on.
It was just saying yes, right on to what you were saying.
Perfect. Yeah, so there is purpose there, and it might be fun to find out what that is, but you don't have to worry. You don't have to know what it is in order for it to take place. It could be something you're doing in that energy form of you, your sleep state, whatever, your higher self. So if you want to know, a regression is good. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right.
Well, since you've brought up QHHT and regression, there's been some chatter about, can you do QHHT over Zoom?
Ooh.
Oh.
Thank you for asking that. So we can explain again officially why you do not do QHHT over Zoom or any remote capacity, the telephone, anything like that. If they're, anybody who may be trying to do that, they are not doing QHHT. Once you take it out of this personal realm, it is no longer QHHT. There are reasons for this. You are in a very close, there's several things here. All the words are trying to come in at once, but there's several things as far as there's a space that's created between you and that practitioner, and it's a bubble that's created there. And it's a very intimate space of sharing and allowing that is very difficult. And safety is a big thing. You feel safe when you're in this bubble with this practitioner, and that's it doesn't happen in the internet realm. And then because of many things that can happen in the internet realm, as we know, issues happen. There's glitches. It's not foolproof. And but it's very personal. This is a personal exchange of energy and information and things like that. And you don't get that when it's in this other setting. It's kind of hard to explain as far as when you're there one-on-one with somebody, you have their complete attention, and it's just you and them. When it's this kind of a situation, see, there could be things happening behind the computer that might catch my eye. And
How many times did my dog come in and climb up into the window and
Exactly.
what going on around in here? Somebody might come to the door, delivery might be made.
Yeah.
All kinds of things to interrupt or make you feel uneasy. If there's other people in the house, can they hear you? If there's other people in the house, are they making noise? Are they gonna come into the room? Like, I know I've talked to people because I do readings, and I'll do those online. I'll be in the middle of a reading with somebody and their kids will come in and stand right next to them and pull on their shirts and do all these things because they want to be part of what's going on. They feel that energy. They want to be part of it. And I'm thinking, I always think to myself, and this is why we can't do QHHT online, because if they had their eyes closed, I have taking them through something. I can't stop that from happening.
Right.
So yeah.
Also,
I want to touch on something that I heard about in the last couple of days. I think because we do this together, I'm one of the ones that gets notified a lot when people are breaking rules. If your practitioner is trying to interview you on a different day than the actual session, that is not okay. It's all one session. So you get the interview and the regression all at the same time in person in the office. No phone calls, no Zoom calls. Let's do the interview first and then we'll just be, no, that does not, it breaks the bond, and the energy that gets set with the interview is broken. And so
it's not done at a restaurant or over food like that. You might have a snack, but it's not like a meal or anything like that. It's just, this is a very special situation.
Yeah. So anyways, just if you're a practitioner that didn't know that these were rules, please look up your rules and
go back to their course. It says
go back to the course. You're not supposed to be doing them online. You don't do the interviews separate, and they have to be in person. And you should be looking at least 4 to 5 hours with that practitioner. So you're spending a good portion of your day with them. So anyone that's offering you something different, they're not offering you QHHT.
Right.
Yeah. There we go.
Stated. Very correct.
We are very firm. They were calling me Mama Tracy in Ibiza, and I think this was some of the mama making boundaries people. We want to respect this process because it's such a beautiful process. And you guys have a structure out there. There's also something else that, and maybe this isn't the place to bring it up, but I'll just bring it up a little bit and you can maybe touch on it. Is there's a question on whether or not those who got trained by your mom personally have better or different training than those that get trained online. So could you please touch on that for us?
It's absolutely no different training. It's exactly the same training. We recorded the training that's online. Is a recorded class that my mother did. So she's still giving the class, and that's just how it is. And that level 1, it's it's that class. I mean, we haven't added, we haven't taken away. We have that class. We have maybe a little bit of explanations in there just to kind of help you going through it, but that's it. It's the class. Mom's still teaching it. Level 2, she's doing that. Then I have more, because that's the way we did. Level 2, we both taught. And so we're continuing that as well. It's still mom teaching, but it's no different if it was done in person or online, or she's still doing it.
And you're saying it's still mom teaching, but it's still, even if there were no videos of your mom on there whatsoever, you're still teaching your mom's process. You haven't changed it.
No, I have not changed it at all.
If anything, we've had these conversations. If anything, the online classes, this is why Julia and Kaya and the staff at QHHT are creating the retreats, because we all want those bonds with each other, because, oh my gosh, it's so fun to meet all you like-minded people. It was so delicious. But the classes themselves are so much stronger in the online version, because you can stop it, go to the restroom, come back, play it, rewind it. Did I hear that right? Rewind it, play it again. There's so much more to it that you're going to retain so much more. And I think you were saying the test scores were a lot higher with this, with the online. So yeah, that's why that's not being changed. Yeah,
right, exactly. And you got to experience it. I mean, we're going off into QHHT now, but you got to experience it from an interesting angle, because you took, we're really that close. Wow.
Yeah.
You took the class.
Blew up her time.
You took the class level 1 online, or was it?
I took level 1 online.
And
level
then you took level 2 in person. And then you have helped with classes.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, well, you've seen a lot of people, like in the live class, they get up and they go to the restroom, they check out, so you zone out, but you took a live class, so you probably know from your own experience, you're not 100% there. 100%
so
of the
distracting
time.
So distracting. In the class that I helped with, one of the ladies, she was like, could you tell Julia she needs to stand over this way, because I can't see over this tall person's head. You don't have those things. And I was just like, she moves around back and forth. I'm just like, what? And so there is just, and people would have to use the restroom in the middle of a lecture, and they'd miss that part. So it's just so much better. You guys trust me, and you're getting the same training, and you're probably retaining it a little better than an in-person class. And it is Dolores Cannon's teaching, so it's no different than when your mom was still here.
Exactly. I think that person, or people that do that are just trying to establish that, yes, I met her, I knew her. Well, you met her, you were at a talk. So it's like, and that maybe was like, I was actually with her. But I guarantee you, if you take these classes, you can feel her energy. She is still there. She's still teaching classes. And there'll be things that happen in your realm that let you know that she is there.
So amazing. All right, so we're at the end of the show. So Julia, tell them how they would find more information about being a practitioner, getting a practitioner for their own session, and going to the retreat if they want to.
Yeah, all of that information is at qhhtofficial.com. And on the homepage, we have our menu bar, and then we have a lot of things right on the homepage. You can just link right on through. So everything you could ever want to know, if you want more information on the classes, it's all there. Tracy has a coupon code that she can give you for 10% off of the level 1 course.
Yeah, for a level 1 course, put in "The Magic is Real" in the coupon spot, all one word, "The Magic is Real." That'll get you 10% off of your level 1 course.
Yeah. Right. And Tracy, how can people find you?
QHHTofficial.com. You can go to my website, tracymahan.com, but you're going to find everything you need on the QHHTofficial.com. So, all right.
Cool.
We'll see you in Thailand. Go check out Thailand, or in Vegas.
Thailand, yes. See that beautiful video. There's a great video on it and everything. So
we're in it. I was so excited. We're in it from Hawaii going, so that's so fun. But yeah, and don't forget Vegas. If that's catching your eye, that's in November, disclosurefest.com.
Right. Yeah.
Or .org. I'm sorry, disclosurefest.org.
Very cool. Thank you, Tiffany. And thank you, everyone. We love you. See you next time.
Bye, everyone.